Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. Game of 2 this evening is an adventure that I have entitled Not in the Cards. But before we dive into that, let's take a brief moment and introduce our four lovely, fantastical, majestic, and Korr heroes this evening. I was trying to give each of you a superlative, so first and foremost,
Korr is the best superlative for me.
Yeah, we have Korr. Korr, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Korr is definitely the best crypto for who I am.
I figured.
It is my title after all.
Korr, first of all, welcome back. It's great to have you. I know it's been a little while since we've seen you adventuring around here. I'm wondering, do you have to go out every week and re-pet any of the new puppies that are born in the lands of DnDTime?
Oh yeah, it's a bit of an ordeal, but I love it.
Korr, so you've kept up your. Is this like a sacred mission, or I mean, it's just your mission to pet every puppy in the world?
My father said if I pet every kitten and puppy in the world, I can come back home and won't be banished anymore.
Oh no! Well, Korr, I didn't know that you were banished. What did you do?
He said I think something along the lines of, "Son, you are too dumb to lead, so you need to go."
Oh no. Well, Korr, I can tell you, you are beloved here in the lands of DnDTime, regardless of being banished.
I am.
Of course, and I'm sure, Korr, that all of the puppies and kitties throughout the entire lands of DnDTime that you have pet and brought joy to are also very happy.
Yay!
Well, Korr, is there anything new, or is that just about it? Just puppies and kitties and apparently banishments?
I did see this really weird thing. It was like made of metal, and there was rain, and it was getting inside of it, and it was weird.
That's really weird, Korr. That sounds really unlucky. I feel like if I had a big thing that was made of metal, I wouldn't want rain to get in.
So,
yeah. Well, Korr, welcome back. I hope you don't get any rain in your carriage in the future.
Yay.
Our next hero this evening is Sotaria Avenia. Sotaria, how are you?
I'm fine. A little annoyed, but fine.
Oh. What's been peeving you?
Being that I have no sense of what magic does, this floating fortress is kind of annoying. But at least I have a permanent spot to put in my massive hoard.
Yeah, it's still floating.
Yeah, it's still floating, believe it or not.
Really lucky.
But unfortunately, a couple of people are not very happy that I decided to pick up shop up there. Yeah, that poor king. Oh well.
Oh, the silver dwarves aren't too happy? Were they hoping to take it over?
So yeah, they're trying to. It's not working.
Oh no. Sotaria, are you at war with the dwarves?
Oh no, I'm not at war with them. More like I'm blackmailing them, but it's another story,
It is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been in this floating mountain, effectively flying mountain, and I know that it's capable of flying around. Have you figured out how to do that yet, or have you even explored all its reaches?
Oh, I've explored it. That's not a problem. The problem is I don't know how to control it.
It might just.
I'm working on that.
It might just be beyond control.
No, I don't believe that. I'm gonna work on it. I guess gotta find someone who knows something more about this magic thing.
I would recommend kidnapping Roger and forcing him to do it. Roger's pretty good at magic, and he's really easy to make do homework.
I'm pretty sure that we can come to some sort of agreement once I go to the next level. I'm pretty sure that everything will be fine, and we can come to some sort of agreement. After all, they don't have to give me my own base. I already have one.
I mean, the next level of the dungeon, you mean, of course. Yeah, no, absolutely. I totally understand what you mean, Sotaria. Well, I'm glad that you've you found it so comforting up there, so comfortable. I'm also glad that the radiation hasn't really affected you in any meaningful way. It must be that that elven fey magic that's protecting.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, really and truly, I have no problem whatsoever. Jade loves up there too. She likes high places. And she's also getting along with those demon cat thingies.
The demon
Did I hear
cat
cat
things?
things?
Oh, the displacer beasts. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
good. You got to be careful about those.
Oh no, they're making great. They're making great guard pets. They're so sweet.
Can I pet the cat thingy?
Korr, these might not be cat thingies you want to pet.
No, you don't want to pet them. No.
I would not count displacer beasts as part of all of the kitties and puppies in the world. But you know what?
But are
Korr,
they
you follow
cute
your
and
heart.
cuddly? But are they cute and cuddly?
No, they're not cute and cuddly.
Well, thank you, Sotaria. I'm glad to have you back, and maybe you can find some more cool treasure in this adventure. Our next hero this evening. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something to add?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. Our next hero this evening is the wonderful, the beautiful, the charming Freddie Galanodel. Freddie, how are you?
Oh, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, Jeremy. I don't know what's going on. I might need to disappear in the middle of this adventure.
That's not good. Freddie, what's wrong? Are you sick?
Bartholomew was telling me about something like PC issue or something like that. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's a virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be very careful about that. You know, those viruses can really be bad for your body.
Yes, they certainly can be.
Yeah.
But we'll see how this phone thing goes.
Well, Freddie, I'm sure that it's going to go great. I have the absolute utmost faith in you. Good luck. I hope you don't get sick and die.
Thank
All right. And our final hero this evening is a little kobold with a brave heart and a draconic blade. Daakar, Greycloak. Daakar, how are you? I said it both times.
I am still. I'm confused more now than I was earlier because I'm seeing Sotaria again and I'm remembering the box thing she did, and it's.
Don't think about that, Daakar. We've talked about this. It's okay. You don't have to worry about time. Time is fake.
It's hard to not think about it when she's right here.
Yeah, it's understandable. Sotaria, Daakar is having a really hard time coming to grips with your music box.
It's something Bartholomew gave me.
Yeah.
How can I put this? It's magic.
There we go.
Does the whole entire finger wavy things and everything.
See, Daakar, it's just magic. You do magic. You know that some magic is just crazy, right?
Especially when it has something to do with Bartholomew.
Yeah, Bartholomew makes some really weird items sometimes.
Well, it's weird. He didn't
Exactly.
create that one. It's from anyway. Unrelated.
Oh,
Daakar, what have you been up to lately?
Well, we've been further excavating Tuk to get more housing back, and with all the excavation that we've been doing, we've discovered that a lot of the furniture that was there was either crushed by sand or rotted over time, so I'm having to make a bunch of new furniture to restore those housings.
Well, that's always nice. What are you making the furniture out? Because I know Tuk out in the frontier. Do you have a lot of trees, or do you import wood?
We've been importing a lot more wood than usual.
That's expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Hiyori's paying for it.
Oh. Well, that's awfully generous. We're going to have to, I guess next time Hiyori's on, we'll have to ask them how they're making all that money to pay for that kind of lumber. Because that's a lot of wood. Well, Daakar, Actually, I ask. This is a question really for all of you because I neglected to ask. Have any of you been having any poor luck today?
Yeah, just a bite.
Cool. You had some bad luck.
Ha!
Yeah, I mean, I guess right, Freddie, you got a virus, and you're having PC issues, which I don't even want to know what that means. Korr, water got in your cart. That's a shame. Sotaria, what happened with you? Anything, or are you good? I guess nothing. And Daakar, any bad luck on your side?
Well, ran out of nails, so I've been having to use like wooden pegs and stuff to stick the furniture together, and it keeps spinning and it doesn't want to stay together. I just can't find anywhere to buy any nails.
Okay. Well, Daakar, that's unfortunate, I think. Regardless, I think that kind of all this poor luck ties into our adventure this evening. Because as you all have been gathered in Bartholomew's shop, Bartholomew had told you that you were meant to be summoned immediately. An adventuring group had just left, just shortly before you had. And you had been ordered to head to Central City, where the mayor of Central City was in desperate need of some assistance. And so he teleported you most of the way to one of the several teleportation sigils throughout the city. Perhaps you were teleported to Kuro Gaines and went from there, or one of the other many popular landmarks around the area. And you made your way to a place called the Central City Museum of Mayor. This is probably not a place many of you have visited before, as it's kind of it's a niche kind of place. You know, it's not the kind of place you go all the time. And as you go ahead, Korr.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, I was gonna say, and as you approached and you entered into the building, you saw very anxiously kind of awaiting your arrival, Miss Mayor, the mayor of Central City, Miss Dorothy. Peter, what was her last name? Dorothy Meyer?
Mayor Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker, the mayor of Central City. I don't know why that's in my mind at the moment. And another person who you don't entirely recognize. They stand there chatting anxiously and then notice you arrive.
I'm gonna say
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say as they went back past Korr would get like, I remember when I tried to make Korr gains, but it just couldn't compete.
Dorothy kind of looks up at you. She's dressed in a very fine blue outfit, with a pretty fancy hat upon her head, and she looks over. Good afternoon. I'm glad to see all of you were able to make it here so quickly. We have something of an emergency on our hands. We've already sent another team in to investigate, but from what we gathered from them, it appears that there were a couple of different pathways, and we're dealing with some sort of master thief here, and he's completely hampering the construction on my new mayor exhibit here at the Museum of Mayors.
Hold on. Did you say Master Thief?
What's that exhibit?
The exhibit.
Okay.
You're interested in
Okay.
learning about the Dorothy Parker experience. It will be several wings of the museum here. It will describe my childhood from the beginning, take you through the rustic home from which I was brought up, and then pulled myself up by my bootstraps to one day and as she's kind of going through, the curator kind of speaks up over her and says, well, regardless, we need to
That
go
sounds a bit over the top, if you ask.
The curator kind of looks at you with eyes that reflect an incredible amount of sympathy and agreement with that statement, but he also seems a little bit tongue-tied and like he doesn't want to say anything about it.
It's okay. I know you agree with me. I just know you can't say anything about it.
He looks back at you. I don't know what you're talking about. There was...
Korr gives him a sympathetic look.
There was indeed a master thief, as he self-proclaimed. I've never heard of him before. He calls himself the Black Cat, apparently, and he stole some relic from within the dungeons there.
The Black Cat?
Do you know him?
Can I pet him?
Well,
Not that kind of cat, sweetie.
that would be excellent if you petted him and then held on to him and brought him out to us here, as we're not sure where he is, but he mentioned that he was planning to strike again, and the adventurers that already stepped forth mentioned that there was a whole nother part of the underground labyrinth, apparently, that's here that was unexplored. So we would like you to go in and check out. Apparently, they went to a crossroads and turned to the right. If you could all look to the left.
That's not a problem. Lead the way. Let's go.
Well, as the curator's saying that, they're also gesturing to their left, where you see there's this very large mirror, and there's a kind of display and a sign denoting this to be the exhibit for Mayor Clover Fourleaf the Seventh. And then the mirror is all smashed, and behind it, yeah, you can see a tunnel leading into some larger chamber and thing beyond. Where there clearly shouldn't have been one.
Korr's going to really drain to read the title, and then he's going to look back to the mayor. There are 6 other views?
There have been hundreds and hundreds of mayors of Central City over the course of time. This was one particularly superstitious one. He had a number of ridiculous policies involving luck and making sure people carried superstitious relics with them around in places. He was rightfully upended from his post as mayor, as he has not accomplished nearly as much as I have in my much shorter tenure here.
But there were 7 of him?
7 of his family line, of the Four-Leaf family. I don't know if all of them are, I know for certain that all of them were not mayors. I have studied the mayors here rather extensively. The Museum of Mayors is one of my favorite places.
Why does he have the 7?
Well, it was just he was the 7th of his family line. There were 6 people with his name before him.
Well, why didn't they get their own name?
That's a question that you might have to ask him.
Yeah, as you're having this conversation, you see the curator is like looking over toward the entrance and giving you the eyes. So Sotaria, like, can you start going so that they'll follow you?
Guys, I don't know what you guys are about to do, but I'm about to go in here and go kill the master thief who thinks he's a master thief, because I'm more of a thief than he will ever be. So
Is that where the kitty cat is?
Yes.
Yay! Okay, Korr starts running.
Yeah, Korr, you run off down the corridor.
So Sotaria steps out the way before she's trampled.
Sotaria, you duck out of the way. I'm sorry, what was that? Blood? I'm sorry, Daakar?
I didn't say anything. I think it was someone else.
So yeah, as Sotaria, you duck off to the side to get out of the way of Korr, and Korr, this giant 16-foot tall, effectively giant, barrels past you through this opening. Yeah, you find yourself entering a dark and very, very old chamber. There are cobwebs and dust settled on the ground. Clearly been a long time since people have been down here. Recently, there's a bit of a disturbance heading in, and the dust and the cobwebs, as though people have recently traveled down here. And you're traveling for a fairly short amount of time before you see up ahead of you, there is a split path. One path goes right, and one seems to go left in this very, very old stone chamber.
Korr's gonna stop. He's gonna sniff the air for the smell of cat.
Before Sotaria goes in there, is there like she looks over at the curator, is there like a lamp or something, light?
I'm so sorry, I forgot to give you the lantern. And he kind of hustles in and he stops right at the threshold where the broken mirror is and doesn't want to step any further, looking nervous. And right as he gets kind of close to it, you see he just falls forward and slams onto his face. And he looks down and you see his shoes are tied together. And he just kind of looks. The curse is starting. If the mirror was broken, it was said there would be 777 years of bad luck. How could my shoes take it? And he just holds out the lantern, which he manages to kind of keep from breaking as he falls, and hands up to you.
Thank you. And there's no such thing as curses. So Sotaria starts walking toward Korr.
Actually, curses are real. I actually can cast several curses myself already.
Cursing is bad. Didn't your parents ever teach you that?
So you all make your way down there, and as you all kind of make your way through the passage and you get to this part where there's the split in the path, the rest of you see Korr is standing there in his giant Goliath form, just smelling, but not. Korr, you haven't caught any sense yet.
There aren't any kitty cats this way.
The kitty cat's to the left, sweetie. Keep going.
Okay. He's gonna keep running.
Korr, as you go to keep running, you notice that this part of the chamber is sized for like medium creatures.
He's
It's
crawling.
only, like 10 foot tall. So are you're gonna crawl, or I mean,
he's
you got, like,
crawling.
I think you can crouch and walk.
He's
I
gonna
think you
do
have
the
to, like,
solid
crawl.
snake crouch, just like da 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 da.
Okay, so you can see Korr get down and start crawling ahead of you down this like normal sized passage. It's kind of ridiculous looking. He's also a lot slower now.
Well, at least this is one good thing. There's no traps. I'm not sensing any traps or anything up ahead, am I?
It's kind of hard to see past Korr. You could try and squeeze past
boy.
him if you wanted.
Don't worry. If there's any traps, you'll know.
Yeah. You got a point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Korr, as you're making your way down, miraculously there are no traps that you run into. As you,
See, I told you guys, bad thief. If you was really a master thief, there'd be traps.
you can see along the walls of the stone walls of this chamber, there are like engravings of ravens and things like that. And then, it starts just like, a bird in a tree kind of engraved on the wall. And then it's the same bird from like a different perspective. And then the same bird from like a third perspective, but it looks like there are some blades of grass. And then there's a dead bird. And they're just different engravings along the wall. And then there's a couple of engravings of this dead crow, as though it's like in different positions as these various engravings. And you see little engravings of maybe like paws or things poking out from the side, as though it's being batted around.
Of course, there's a dead bird here. There's kitty cats nearby.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Korr. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right here a minute.
Well, Korr. Go ahead, Sotaria.
Can I take a closer look at these glyphs and see if there's anything going on with them?
Sure. You could roll me, I guess, a history check if you'd like, as you want to look at these and see if you can tell anything about them.
This might be a bad idea, but okay, hold on a moment.
It's interesting, Korr, I didn't even notice that you rolled a survival check for smelling for cats, but you still definitely don't smell any cats. Yes, so try with a 15 history. No, this just appears to be a bunch of different panels depicting like a raven, which is like not a, in some cultures it's depicted as a sign of poor luck. And then clearly from the perspective of a cat, and the different images show, the cat catching the bird. But it doesn't appear to have any significance to you necessarily.
He's still a bad thief. Come on, let's go.
But Korr, as you're kind of crawling forward, you can see up ahead of you, there is a very, very large chamber that it starts to like open up into a much, much taller, so you can like stand up and you don't have to crawl anymore.
He's seeing this. He sees this, and he starts crawling faster.
Okay, so you're crawling faster through this now very large open chamber. And yeah, you can see on the far side of the chamber, there are some really strange pedestals. There are 4 pedestals. They each rise about 15 feet. And then there is a big flat platform that connects the 4 pedestals. The 4 pedestals are on like the corners of it. Then there's a another pedestal rising up from the center of that platform. And then another big platform atop that. And the pedestals are engraved really, really strangely. and they're pretty far off on the other side of the room.
That's pretty weird. But there's no cats there, so
Yeah,
let's
well,
keep
the
going.
chamber. I mean, the pedestals and the platforms, which kind of look something like a cat tower almost, rise pretty high up, maybe like 45 feet in total of different, levels and pedestals.
Oh my god. That's the biggest cat tower I've ever seen. There's going to be such a huge kitty cat here.
Sotaria is trying her damnedest. It's basically starting to rub her temples like there's a headache coming on.
Okay. And
Do you think there's going to be a me-sized cat here?
Oh, I think there's something here, but I don't think it's a kitty cat.
What is
Yeah.
I think it's an idiot.
Where?
Daakar, where are you throughout this?
I'm just following close behind Sotaria.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know what use I could be on bird puzzles. I don't really see a lot of birds.
Well, as you kind of make your way forward and you see this, big platform, and you're like, all right, well, the pedestals are engraved like curling around, almost like they would be wrapped in rope, but it's all part of the same stone engraving. You look at it and you're thinking, oh, how do we climb up that? But from above it, you hear a crumbling of stone from near the top of this platform, right as you kind of get up to it. And as you look upwards, you see something or someone.
And the figure that you see is a fairly overweight individual. They're a little bit on the heavy side, but they're wearing a very kind of tight suit that looks like it's intended to be patterned in the shape of a cat. There's like at the end of their kind of jumpsuit hands, their hands have like kind of little claws and spikes on them for digging in. At the top of it, they have a simple cat mask. You can see a very well coiffed hairdo on top. And then on their face, which is mostly uncovered, there's a serious bit of 5 o'clock shadow. And this figure kind of calls out. They're carrying at the moment an umbrella, which is closed right now. And he calls out, "You're a little bit too late. I've already taken everything good from here. Yes, the black cat has struck again." And you can hear behind him, there is a little illusion of his own head that is going off now and kind of saying the same thing that he just said. And he goes, "Oh, wait, no." And the illusion's calling out, "The black cat has already taken everything good here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me..." And he goes back and kind of shuffles it away. And
Can Sotaria shoot him with a bow before he even finishes?
Korr
Go
just
ahead
looks
and
at
make an
him.
attack roll.
Korr looks up at him and says, Could you hold on a minute? I'm looking for either a cat or an idiot. Sorry, I said there was an idiot
Well,
here.
you found both. Go ahead and make an
Are
attack.
you the idiot? Sotaria, is he the idiot?
Sotaria, as you fire your longbow shot, he looks down at you, and you see he just holds up a relic that he's holding in his hand. I would like you to re-roll, as he's using your reaction to force you to re-roll.
Sotaria has a vision here.
Sotaria is not amused about dealing with an imposter thief. That's what Sotaria is.
Go ahead and make me. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Sorry, Mom.
He kind of. You see the arrow just.
Oh wait,
fly
hold
up
on, wait.
sticks.
Hold up. Because I'm 5 people.
Oh, he's not by people, unfortunately.
No,
You
about me.
have to be someone adjacent to him, not to you.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you still hit him for a big 14 points of damage. You see there's now an arrow sticking out of his shoulder, and he kind of puts his hands on his hips like it didn't hurt him, and he goes, "Looks like you're the type that likes to shoot first. Oh no!"
I can just see the person in them.
And he holds up this this kind of umbrella that he's wielding, and he pops it open, and he goes, "They say you're not supposed to open umbrellas indoors, but I think I'll be fine." And he...
Did my spell go off?
what did you do?
Hold person.
All right. He's going to make a wisdom saving throw. He is exceptionally wise. All right, he rolled a
Which
10.
is
What's the
really a
DC?
shocker.
14.
All right, he's going to take the critical that he stole earlier from Sotaria and use it on this saving throw. And so he rolls a critical success as he kind of flies down. You go to hold person on him, and without even fully realizing it, he sort of like your spell sort of goes off, and then just from the wall, you see just what looks like a little statue that's up there. The kind of spear that it's holding falls down and just kind of gets in front of your eyes and throws your hand off. He doesn't even seem to be conscious that this happens or that he's doing anything, but this individual seems very, very lucky. And then the umbrella opens up and he begins to float downwards, and he goes, "And as a parting gift," he holds up his hand and he's holding a deck of cards, and they all flutter up into the air and begin to cascade outward in something of a storm.
Korr looks up as
Uh-huh.
he's flying away, and he goes, "Oh, get him!" And he transforms to a bird.
Well, Korr, as you transform into a bird, you see the whirling and twirling of the cards spinning around you at incredibly rapid pace at this point. I need you to roll a strength saving throw as a bird.
I don't know what a bird's stats are.
I think it's got a 2. Like, what's a crow? Or
I can-
raven is probably the creature. Yeah.
I mean, that was the last bird that Korr saw. Probably what he turned into.
D20 minus 4, Korr, is what you need to roll.
Yeah, that's a 2.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. I got this. Yeah,
Oh my god!
He's
Korr,
gonna,
I got this.
well, no, he's going to use a reaction and steal another one of your crits.
How dare you?
Rip. Roll it again, Korr.
He's going to hold on to that crit for him.
How dare you?
Korr, he's the worst. Korr, as you become a bird and start to fly up into the air, you think that you're just gonna fly with the cards and it'll be fine. And then you see one of the cards cut like a coin pouch on his side, and a single coin falls out. It's like a copper piece, and it hits you as a bird, and you kind of get knocked out of your approach as you are trying to fly up. And the cards begin to spin and swirl around you all at incredible speeds. You see the slightly overweight cat burglar flying above you, but quickly being blotted out by the whirling and twirling cards that appear to multiply into hundreds and thousands of swirling pieces of paper.
See you later, chumps!
As he floats... With the card?
I was gonna say, I don't want to pet the kitty cat anymore.
Cool, Korr, you're still a bird. You're just on the ground as a bird. And as the cards spin around and the black cat disappears, eventually the cards stop spinning and begin to slowly fall out of the air. While you feel light for a moment on your feet, as though falling, and as the cards fall out of the air, you too find yourselves on some sort of solid grounding. And the area around you is very different than it was a moment ago with the black cat. Instead, you see, well, what looks like a much, much finer chamber, similar in make, or at least in size to the one you were just in, but instead of dull gray stone, there's brilliant marble. Along the sides of the chamber, you can see that there are elegant couches and chairs. You can see that there are tables filled with, or very fine oaken tables with, fine bowls of fruits and decanters of, well, perhaps wine. You'd have to check. And more than that, you see people. There are lots and lots of people. They're wearing red and black livery, and some of them are dressed more similar to knights, wearing actual armor and wielding weapons, and others seem mere commoners, wearing simple frocks and going about what seem to be daily duties. You can see lounging on one of the couches is a very, very, well, you don't see that person quite yet, actually. But yeah, what do you, as you're all just kind of appearing in this new strange area,
Korr,
the people seem as surprised to see you as you are to see them.
yeah, Korr, still as a bird, is
Yes.
currently with his little birdie wing, gripping his head where a coin hit him, going caw, 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 caw.
Uh-huh.
In
And the rest of
translation,
you?
he hit me on the head.
Sotaria is basically playing pickpocket as much as she can, but going to is basically
the
seeing
first thing that you do is everyone's looking at you like you just appeared.
okay,
Really
fine.
It's his successor.
Okay, fine. Maybe I won't play pickpocket right away.
I'm just
But she's
wondering,
really
that you could do that if you want. But
she won't do it right away, but she is thinking about it.
uh-huh.
In that case, hi, sorry to cause trouble, but who's in charge here?
Yeah, you say that to kind of the first person walking around, standing around. They're a fairly well-dressed woman. Again, they were lounging on one of the couches on the side, we'll say. And they stand up and walk over kind of toward you. Hello? What? Where did you all come from?
Korr is going to make a dramatic entrance. He's going to fly up and transform back and then do the superhero landing.
Okay.
Attempt
All right.
to do the superhero landing.
Are you trying to scare her or awe her?
No.
Or what's your goal here?
He's trying to induce awe and probably going to fail and fall on his face.
Roll a performance check.
Definitely gonna fail and fall on his face.
Sotaria is trying not to facepalm.
Korr, you slam on the ground and the ground shakes violently, and she's startled at both your appearance and your giant size. And you can see there are a couple of the knight-looking figures rush you forward, and they have these spear or halberds really that they're wielding, and they have simple metal breastplates. They're bright red and black with black ornamentation, and they say, "Excuse me, madam, get back."
Oh yeah,
Giant
sorry. But all of
lady.
you told me you're supposed to shake people's hand. Korr extends his giant hand out to one of the knights.
They hold these two knights hold their halberds kind of pointed toward you. Giants, stay back.
Oh, do you want me to shake that? We're going to grab the halberd and shake it.
God damn it. What is everyone else doing as Korr is just creating chaos? So Tara, do you want to steal right now? Because now everyone's looking at Korr and Korr alone.
I am now I'm picking pockets before I say anything else.
So you're going to try
That's
and
better.
slink off into the crowd and pilfer from some people.
Yep, and only the people who have the most expensive things going on right now. And then try and get back to my same spot before anyone really notices.
Okay. Daakar, Freddie, would either of you like to do something as Korr becomes a menace?
Korr is trying to be polite.
I'm really confused about how we ended up here, so I'm wanting to look around for any traces of magic circles or anything.
Yeah, please do. You can roll me an Arcana check if you'd like. If you're looking for signs of magic.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh. Yeah, you don't
Ooh.
know. This is weird. You don't know. You have no idea what's going on, Daakar. Maybe you're in an illusion. Maybe you're on another plane. Maybe this is how it's always been and you've just been blind and now you can see. I
I'm
don't
so
know.
confused. What even is time travel?
Maybe you travel through time. Freddie, what are you doing? Or are you just hanging for now.
I'm just chilling, waiting for the first person to get hurt.
Okay, so you're not really doing much. Okay, so Korr, you go to hold out your hand. You go to grab the halberd, and you shake it. You take some damage. I mean,
He's not trying to grab it by like the blade. He's trying to grab it by like the stick.
I mean, they don't want you to do that. They try and hold their halberds away from your hand so you can't just grab it.
Bartholomew was teaching me manners, and he said you should always shake.
They pull back the halberds. What even is this creature? And look back toward the rest of you. Sotaria, you're just kind of slinking back, and you have just kind of grabbed someone's pocket. Like they got like a little purse or something. You just kind of snagged it real quick. You haven't looked in it yet, but you've got it. You've tucked it away.
I apologize for my companion. Apparently, we've been we were after a fugitive, and apparently we got teleported here.
Well,
The guy's fairly I thought the guy was an oaf, but apparently he's very tricky.
it's extraordinarily rare that we get visitors here.
Where exactly is here?
Well, it's where we are. It's here. I don't know what more to tell you.
What's the name of here? Is what I mean.
Korr just sort of shakes his head. Sorry, I went deaf there for a moment.
They kind of like look at each other confused, these two knights. I'm not sure what you're asking. Maybe you should make yourself comfortable and we can bring you to see the queen.
Perhaps I can be of assistance, actually. Is the place that we are currently at called here?
No.
Then what is the place we are currently at called?
I don't know. We don't really call it anywhere. Like I said, we don't really.
You don't
get
have a name for the
visitors.
place that you exist in?
Why would we?
What do you call yourselves?
I am 10. And one of the other knights.
Yes, but
Not.
you as your entire race, as your species.
Wait.
I know what's going on.
Wait. Did you say your name was 10?
Yes.
Oh dear. Guys,
Maybe you should relax with the knaves. I'll go and inform the queen of your arrival. 10, can you stay and look after them? And the other guard nods.
oh dear.
The first knight makes his way. He starts to like walk out to the corner of the room where you see there is like a little archway leading into another hall or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and say, alright, off we go.
Where are you trying to go, Freddie?
No, they want us to stay here, Freddie.
Direction out that way.
You're trying to follow
No, they
him?
want us to.
No, I'm picking a different direction.
Oh. Okay.
Freddie.
Freddie starts wandering off. There are like a couple of rooms. Do you want to like just leave? So, Daria, do you want to follow them?
Sotaria's thinking.
The knight says, that's the bathing chambers.
Second thought, I don't want to go that way. Sotaria will just hang out and we'll go for another room.
Okay. The knight kind of like looks between the two of you splitting up. It's going to be extremely difficult for me to stay with you if you split up.
Okay, well, how about this then? Guys, how about this? You do me a favor. See that big guy right there? If you would guess meow every so often and pretend to be a cat, he will be really entertained and he will not move an inch.
Yes, of course. And he kind of like kind of turns around, and you can see painted on the back of his breastplate is in fact a symbol of a cat. It looks like a cat's paw. Yes, the black cat. Of course.
Korr is going to, as soon as he sees this and hears the meow, he's gonna walk over and pick up the man.
Ah!
I found the kitty cat, guys.
Can you roll me an athletics check?
Sure, I can. Give me a moment.
Okay. Freddie, you and Daakar, are you just observing for now?
I am.
I'm not leaving just yet because I want to instruct Korr to basically sit there and be good and pet the kitty cat, but don't hurt the kitty cat.
I'm gonna note I have advantage on this because I am large.
I was gonna say, Sotaria, you see Korr grab this guy and just lift him into the air.
Now, Korr.
Yeah.
Now, Korr, you have a very nice kitty cat right there.
Oh.
So be nice and.
The guy
Be
muscles
nice.
his way out of your arms. Please do not lift me in the air like this. Meow.
Oh, it's a nimble kitty. I'll try it again.
Wait, no, Korr. Guess, pat the kitty on the head and.
Wait, actually,
just
Jeremy,
pat.
I have advantage, so that was an 18, not a 13.
All right, he's struggling. Unhand me.
Oh dear.
I got the kitty cat gun.
Unhand me.
He has a black cat on him. He must be the brother.
Sir 10, remember, act like a kitty cat. He will be happy and amused, and he will not do a thing. He will just sit there and pet you.
Daakar, are you doing anything as you see Korr is grappling this man, and Sotaria is trying to calm the situation down, and Freddie has walked away toward the bath chamber?
Yeah, this is. I have no part in this. I'm going to go try to find a window.
You're looking for a window?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You, yeah, I think there are definitely, large stained glass windows in this room. As you're you didn't notice them before, but now that you're looking for them, there are huge, beautiful stained glass windows depicting cats.
Can I see through any of them to see, what's beyond them?
They're really opaque. But there's, a light shining through.
And it's very strange.
But yeah, because they're stained glass, there's really no obvious way to open them.
I mean, there's always the simple approach, but I don't think I could do that without drawing too much attention to myself.
Okay. Are you just pondering then for now?
Yeah.
Korr, you're holding this guy up, and he's is having a hard time. You're just petting him and holding him in the air, and he's unhand me! Knaves, come to my aid!
No,
And you can see
no.
a handful of the other random bystanders begin to approach you, Korr, and they're saying things like, release him at once, unhand the 10, and things like that.
Sir 10, remember? He will be happy if you act like a kitty and let him pet you.
What do you mean act like a kitty? He is a kitty cat.
Korr, remember to pet the kitty. Ignore what I'm saying. Just pet the kitty.
Freddie, you go over to this other doorway, and you walk through, and you can see beyond it. There are there's really just this a small room. It's not tiny, but it's not massive like that main chamber you were just in. And yeah, you can see that there are a couple of they look like pools of water. They're almost like hot tubs, basically. They're bubbling and burbling, and there's steam and a lot of heat in this chamber. You can see there are towels on the walls or on things on the walls. Looks like a public bath chamber. There's no one else here.
All right, I'll wash my face.
Okay.
and then look around for any other exits.
You don't see any from here. Well, actually, I'm sorry, you probably do. There's one other chamber, one other door, and it has like an actual door.
Go up to the door, open it.
Okay, it appears to be like an actual like bathroom where you use the restroom. It's
Okay, I
fairly
do so.
small. Okay, you go to the bathroom, sure.
And I make sure to
You're
wash my
relieved.
hands as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very important. And then
Always,
I'll look around
Otherwise,
for...
your virus would have gotten worse.
Yeah, I'll look around for another place to go.
From where you are, there does not appear to be anywhere else off of here. You do see in the corners there are some like potted plants that like you could maybe hide behind or something. They're large potted, decoration, but there's not a lot here.
I'll head back out of these washrooms and head to
Okay.
another direction.
Korr, you are what are you doing to this guy? At this point, he's like trying to get out of your grasp, and there are 9 other people that have gathered around you. And like these are from lowly servant looking folk, all the way up to fairly well dressed individuals, wearing like silken gowns and things like that. They like have all kind of gathered around you, wielding various objects that could be used to harm you. Like they have chalices, or one of them has a pan of hot coals at the end of a stick that you'd use to like warm up a couch or something in the oldie days. And yeah, they're like, release the 10. And yeah, there's a bit of a bob.
While this is going on, Sotaria is picking every last single one of their pockets.
Oh my god. Sotaria, you've given up trying to stop them. You're just pilfering now.
Yep.
Okay. Korr, what are you doing as this mob has formed around you? They seem imminent to attack. Like, they're going to imminently attack you.
Yeah, Korr is currently just sitting there. Hold on one moment.
Sitting there what? Oh, did we lose him? Oh, he muted.
Sorry about that.
Oh, all good. So Korr, you're just sitting there doing what?
Yeah, Korr is just sitting there. He's completely oblivious to the fact that people want to harm him. He's just sitting there with this man, cradled in his arms, petting his head. It's okay, little kitty. It's okay. Stop struggling. It's okay. He's just petting this man's head.
Okay. Jesus. All right. So they're going to attack you. Sotaria, you get a 26 on your sleight of hand check. I mean, you steal a lot of. Is there anyone you're targeting more than others, or?
More so anyone that looks like they actually have money.
Yeah, there aren't like a ton of super wealthy looking folk in this mob, but there are maybe like 2 or 3 that like look well off. There's a very obvious hierarchy.
Yeah, I'm aiming for the more well-off type deal. All the plebes probably don't have anything.
Understandable. Yeah, you are able to pilfer a golden chalice, which has a bunch of like rubies and gemstones embedded into it, from one person. From another person, you're able to pilfer a silver chalice with moonstones emblazoned into it. And from a third person, a finely carved wooden cup. It's a very fine wooden cup, though. It's like, it's like a chalice, but just very nicely carved. Daakar, you see that the mob is about to attack your friend Korr. What would you like to do?
Well, that seems to have like basically everyone in the room distracted. So
Oh, yeah.
Now is a perfect opportunity to try to smash this window out.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You want to make an attack roll?
Sure.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll me your attack roll, your damage as you hit the stained glass window, and you crack it, and yeah, you break a little piece out of it.
Is that enough that I could see through the gap?
Yeah, it is. Through the gap, you do not see any sort of light or anything like that. Instead, you can see gray stone with like a bit of dust on the floor. It looks like the place you just left.
Hey guys, we can leave through this.
And as you say that, and Freddie, as you're walking toward the door, Freddie, you hear a voice call out to you. And Freddie, the voice goes, hey, you! And you can hear it from behind one of the potted plants.
Okay.
As you're making your way back toward the door. And you can see a fairly well-dressed young man. Actually, a very, like a young noble, really. Looks not so dissimilar from yourself, except maybe a little more rough and tumble than maybe Freddie's glamorous form. He's got a very chiseled chin with a dark black goatee, which comes to a short point. And he says, you're not from here? And
No.
he was clearly hiding behind one of the plants. Can you help me? My name is Jack. The Queen is absolutely mad.
What do you need help with?
The Queen. We need to defeat her. She's
You need to
moves
defeat
over
the.
this place like a tyrant. No. He looks like he approaches you and he looks very like tense and clearly anxious. He's got a little saber strapped to his side.
All right.
You have to. I mean, if you didn't, she would eventually kill you, like she does most of the night. They keep coming back, though. So easy for them to come back.
Hey guys, I apologize. I got pulled away for a moment. Did anything happen?
Nope. I'm just talking. It's just Freddie. And yeah, Jack, Freddie, as you're talking to Jack, and you and him are like by the door back into the room, and you look over and you see the mob beginning to like attack Korr, and Jack says, "Oh no, there's a giant here."
He's with me.
Will he help us also defeat the Queen?
I'm sure he will.
And at this point, you get attacked by the Queen, by the mob.
Hey, why are you trying to hurt the cat?
Korr, I'm gonna have to roll a lot of attack rolls against you. What's your armor class?
18.
Okay. So you've
Korr's completely misunderstanding this question and thinking that they're trying to attack a cat.
Well, because they are attacking at the command of the 10, they are attacking with advantage.
Can I help you out there, Jeremy?
Sure.
Can I reduce the numbers with a shatter?
Not yet. I think they definitely have one round of wailing on him before we're actually in a proper initiative, because they've just been standing there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So it looks like 4 of them hit you as they bludgeon you with their various things. You take 4 bludgeon damage from the first one, 2 from the second, and then 1 and 7 for the next one.
So in that case,
14 total.
Got it.
As they begin to attack you, the 10 swings his halberd at you twice, missing, and we are at your guys' turns. I guess, what do you guys want to do? I mean, who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to use a bonus action to Enthralling Performance, make all of my allies gain 5 temporary hit points, and they can move their speed as a reaction, so they can position themselves wherever they want to be without taking attacks of opportunity.
All right.
I would highly recommend that all of my allies move out of that group of cards that I'm about to shatter. Does that sound good to everyone?
Sounds great to me, because I was hoping you were going to give me the opportunity to do that.
Sotaria, you disengage from the crowd you are just pilfering from.
So the way that I do that is I burst out of this doorway with my flowing clothing and my rainbow leather straps, and I say, "Move!"
Excellent. And your allies flee from the... I mean, Korr, what do you do? Korr? I guess Korr's not moving. Korr is just still amidst the
Oh, sorry
center of
guys,
the
I didn't
crowd.
realize I was muted. I apologize.
Oh, good.
No. Korr's just sitting there petting his new cat. He's gonna second win because he just got
Well,
dead.
Korr, it's
literally
not
just
your turn
told you
quite
to
yet.
Move.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we were rolling initiative.
No, we didn't roll initiative. We just did them, and now we're doing you guys. And, yeah.
So yeah, Freddie is using an
Freddie
ability
took the
that
verbal
allows you to
initiative.
move and has told you to move. Are you moving?
Would you like would you like to depart from the crowd of people attacking you with your cat?
I suppose, yes. Korr is going
Okay.
to stand up, disengage, and move away.
Well, you don't even have to disengage. This is just free from an ability Freddie used.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. He's just gonna, okay, excuse me, sorry, I didn't want you to hit my cat, so I'm gonna move over here.
The 10 is not
And
happy.
then yeah, I'm gonna shatter. Jeremy, can you
Okay.
roll 2d10, please?
You kill them all.
I kill them all. All right.
Kill them all. I'm sorry. You might not kill them all. Would you want me to roll it for you?
Yeah,
It's-
2d10.
what is- 2d10.
DC is 14.
You
and
kill
it's a
them all.
con saving throw.
They all die.
Okay.
You shatter, and all of these, from lowly knaves up to like classy looking, like lesser nobility, they just get hit by this explosion of thunder, which kills all of them. All that remains is the 10 being swung around by Korr. And you can see actually on the opposite side of where you are right now, Freddie, on the opposite side where there's the way the first 10 left, you can see him coming back, and he seems aghast that everyone is now dead, and the
I
other
turn
10
to
is
Jack and
grappled.
say, where do you need us to go?
All right, so Sotaria, would you like to do anything?
Well, after everything is all said and done and the dust settles a little bit, Sotaria is really actually starting to search a couple of the bodies.
There are no
But as they-
bodies. As they die, they fall into little tiny cards.
Boo, I was
So
afraid
a pile
of
of cards on the ground now.
that. I don't want those. As she
The
sees
faces of the cards look horrified.
as she sees the other, well, she's going to. Is there like there's a wall where the other card person is coming back in from, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's like an arched passageway behind him, but yeah, he's coming in the far corner of the room.
Am I close enough to get and like get flush to the wall so I can basically ambush him?
Probably not. The room's a little too large, and he's already most of the way there.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to.
You could duck behind like a couch or something if you wanted to like do that and then jump out at him. There's
I
lots
think
of like
I'll do.
nice furniture and things.
I will get behind one of the couches and wait for him to get close, and then I'm gonna try and get behind him.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check then, if you'd like. And then your ready action will be to ambush him if he gets in range.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah. You doubt that he can see you, or that he noticed you duck behind you. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Sotaria?
Nope.
All right, Daakar and Korr still need to go. What would you two like to do?
I would just like to blast this window further with Eldritch Chains now that we're
Okay.
all making a lot of ruckus.
All right, let me just actually... Let me get that Windows hit points. How much damage did you do it last time? I want to make sure I have the exact numbers. You did 6. Okay.
Yep, 6.
Cool. Go ahead and give me those attacks. I mean, you hit it. You can't miss the window. And it doesn't have like a damage threshold or anything, so just give me your damage. You start blasting into it.
17.
Alrighty. Your Eldritch Chains lash out. Do these like come out of your hands, or do they come out of your sword, or how do you conjure forth these Eldritch Chains?
Well, I tend to come out of my sleeves, and they just kind of... I don't know where they come from beyond that, but...
Nothing up my
out
sleeves.
Exactly.
Excellent. So, Daakar, your chains smash against the stained glass, which is way more durable than you would have ever anticipated stained glass to be. But yeah, you're breaking little pieces out of it. You can probably fit like a finger or two through the hole now. It's like fracturing and cracking, but it's really hard to get.
Yeah, Korr's just sitting there. He's holding his cat. He just got stabbed a ton trying to protect his cat. So he's gonna second win. Should I use my one I already rolled, or should I roll it again?
Whichever you prefer. I don't really care. We can say use the one you have.
Yeah, I'll just use the one I rolled. That got me up to mostly.
And I think everyone got some temp hit points from Freddie, right? Freddie? Well, I can't tell you right now, Freddie, but hopefully yes.
Everyone in the party got 5 temporary hit points, but that was after he took damage.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So, that's you, Korr, and Daakar went. So that's everybody. The 10, the one that's in your hand, Korr yells to his friend who's entering the chamber, "Run! Get the queen! We're under attack!" And he's going to swing his halberd at you, Korr.
I have a question. Does he currently count as being grappled?
He's grappled but not restrained.
Oh.
So he does hit you for 5 slashing damage.
There's that temporary hit points. I just imagine like a small barrier break.
Oh my goodness, again for 9 slashing.
I'm gonna Jones Endurance that one.
He just hits you twice in the face because you're holding him up in the air.
Bad kitty, don't use your claws. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Like, I just imagine like Korr just pinches his muscles and bounces off.
The other 10 turns and flees back out the way he came, yelling, "Queen! Queen!"
Can I get him?
Unfortunately, Sotaria, he didn't run into the room toward you. He just turned and left the way he came.
Okay.
You could now move up closer and be ready for him when he comes back if you wanted. But now he's left the room.
Ugh. Damn.
And,
Okay.
Yeah, so that's everything they do. I'm sorry, Jack looks toward you, Freddie, and says, "Excellent, they were all traitors anyway. Plus we can always make new ones. They're only a suit. The queen, she's a terrible monster. You know, she eats us." Talking to you, Freddie.
That sounds terrible.
Exactly. She must be taken down. And he kind of draws his saber and kind of runs toward the other entrance as if to fight. Or the exit where the 10 just ran. Your guys' turns. Freddie, what do you want to do? The only enemy currently that you can see is the 10 being held by Korr. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shall love him and cuddle him and call him George.
I'll use my movement and my action to dash over to the other entrance that the 10 fled down.
Okay. You can see he's at the end of probably like a 30-foot hallway. There's a huge, brightly lit chamber beyond it. You don't see anyone in it because you only see a little bit of the chamber, but he's yelling, "Queen! Queen, we're under attack!"
Alright, and that's my turn. Move 60 feet.
Okay. So you're right up there with Jack then.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can I roll animal handling?
No.
Oh,
This is a human
question mark?
question.
I'm actually
This is a conjured
proficient in
human.
animal handling, believe it or not.
But unfortunately, this one is not an animal, Korr.
Oh,
I mean, Korr somehow might think he might be an animal. He's one of those weird hairless cats.
oh wow. Why is... Okay, apparently Korr is proficient in persuasion, so that's a thing that I didn't realize that he was. But Korr is going to roll persuasion to try and get this man to calm down.
Korr, how are you trying to persuade this thing to calm down?
He's just gently stroking his face, like, shh, it's okay, calm down. It's okay, kitty, I'm not going to hurt you.
I think what happens here is he doesn't calm down, but you accidentally you hit his arm and he drops his halberd and it's no, and so he's incapable of hurting you. And I think that's how that plays out.
They're
But
going
he's still
to
struggling.
retracted his claws.
Okay. Daakar and Sotaria, would either of you like to do anything?
Sotaria is basically going to yell over to Korr, basically like, hey Korr, I think it's time to put your kitty down because there's a evil woman who's going to end up coming in the room and try and take your kitty from you. So you might want to protect your kitty by putting him down and get ready to do something.
No! Korr is going to open up his bag and set his new kitty cat down inside of his bag. It's okay, kitty, I'll get you out when I win.
Okay. Sure.
All while he's doing that, Sotaria is gonna follow Freddie into the toward the queen.
Okay.
Guys, I don't think that I can take down this window on my own. I don't know how we're gonna get out of here if we don't bust this open.
You're making progress. It'll just take some time. Or just a certain large amount of damage. What you doing, Daakar? You can see Freddie, this random guy, and Sotaria have all moved toward the queen.
Well,
Actually, wait. I'm sorry, Daakar, because Sotaria, you were running toward the queen, where the queen is?
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to use your action and dash, you could run all the way down that hallway, but you'd be out of movement at the end of it.
Nah.
Okay, you're gonna just hide at the edge, getting ready for the ambush.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Bow or sword?
Sword.
Okay. Yeah, Daakar, what do you want to do? You're calling out to your friends.
I'd like to get this window open so that we can get out of this weird place, but I can't really have them running off and get in danger without me, so I'm going to go ahead and follow them.
Okay. So you just make your way over to them. I mean, they're about 60 feet away. They're on the other side of the room. So you just make your whole move over toward them?
Yep.
Okay. So you make your way over to to where the rest of them are, and you see the 10 at the end of the hallway, about 60 feet from you, or I think I said 30 feet, about 30 feet from you. Or from most of you. Korr, you're still more in the room a little bit, the original room. You see the 10 calling out, Queen, we need to, and then you see him just kind of get pulled out of view into the bigger room by some almost unseen force, and then you just stop hearing him. And then you hear a clicking and clacking sound of like metal on marble. What do you guys want to do? It sounds like something is approaching in that other chamber, but is currently...
Charge!
All right, Korr, you're just going to charge forward.
With reckless abandon. I don't know what that means, but Bartholomew used it to describe my actions a lot.
You run over to where the rest of your allies are. It takes you 30 feet of movement. there is a like 12-foot tall hallway in front of you. You'd have to like squeeze to get through it. It's about 30 feet long.
My only weakness, small roofs.
Okay, so you're gonna start squeezing through this chamber.
He's going to draw his sword and attempt to squeeze through this chamber.
Korr gets halfway down the chamber. What would the rest of you like to do? Korr is halfway down the hallway to where the queen is.
I'll use my bonus action to move him the rest of the way there.
Ah, you're going to use your, what is the ability?
Flashy McCoolface.
How do you flashy make cool face?
I once again yell move as I like open this doorway and yelling it at Korr. And I'm going to target Jack as well. So if Jack wants to move up.
Absolutely. 100% Jack would love to move forward.
Jack and Korr both get the 5 temporary hit points that they didn't have before.
You know, I didn't think I could move anymore, but he said move, and he sounded very convinced.
It's true though. All right. So you let
And
me open
then
up Jack's character sheet.
Our ally who was breaking the window, they need to get up here.
Well,
and
Dakar's
then-
already moved up to you.
Well, I'm gonna make him move more.
Okay. Daakar, I mean, Daakar, Sotaria, you and Jack are all at the main entrance. Do you all want to just move forward? And how far
Everyone
can
but-
they move?
Their movements.
Okay. All right. So do you guys all want to move forward so that you can see the queen's chamber?
Sure, I'm reckless sometimes. I'll charge right in.
Okay. Sotaria. No, you get to use your ready to action because you did have it.
True, but I had it with okay, fine. Wait, has she became in range for me to access here?
No, but because of the of Freddie's ability, you would get to move into range of her.
Okay, first off, I'm switching from sword to bow,
Sure.
and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run all the way in.
Okay.
Well, run
All the
to
way to the
just
edge. Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha. Let me just make sure I have all these things written down. So, as you all kind of run forward, you can now see into the chamber beyond. You see a very well-lit chamber. There's a huge crystal chandelier up above. There are brilliant kind of golden engravings and imageries of cats upon the walls. It's a very, decadent chamber. You can see that there are 3 things that really stand out. The first one is the floor, a brilliant marble, is littered with what looks like shredded and torn up cards, like playing cards. The second is you see a man. He's wearing a black kind of suit, or not suit, a black noble jacket and suit, and he wields a rapier. He stands adjacent to the centerpiece and the thing that's making that horrible clacking sound. You see a massive red and gold like lounge couch, and atop it sits a enormous I'd say woman, but all like vaguely humanoid feature. She seems to be like part of the couch, which you can see the metal feet on the couch like moving and animating is what's moving forward. You can see that her entire like chest area is torn open, and you can see like ribs and things poking out. And you see the 10 who is calling out to her enclosed within those ribs, and he looks like he's screaming, but no sound really is coming out. And yeah, she's got this big enormous head. It's like she's about the size of you, Korr, lying on this massive couch. And she's just kind of licking her fingers. Delicious. And you see the ribs close all the way, and the 10, the knight inside, disappear. and become into shredded cards.
Korr gasp. Why
Yeah.
did that to that kitty cat?
And I would like you guys to do your thing. So Tara, you had a ready action. You guys can all see them. They're about 30 feet from you now in here at the end of that move. And so Sotaria, your ready action goes off. What would you like to shoot, if anything? Sotaria, you are muted. Or I just can't hear you, one or the other.
I mean, I can't hear it either, so I don't know.
All right, well, we'll get back to Sotaria's ready to action whenever we get them back on. It's still your turn.
I'm here.
Switch. Oh, Sotaria, who would you like to shoot with your ready to action? The Black Cloak
I'm
Man
going straight for
or the
her.
Terrible, okay, the Terrible Queen Abomination. Go ahead and make it.
I'm going for the Terrible Queen Abomination.
All right, those will hit, or that'll hit. And she screams out, "Nah!" as she seems very angry that you just hit her.
Oh, you poor, poor, poor thing. How about you fall dead so we can all get over and done with this?
Okay. You hit her for 8. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Sotar? Oh, you get your sneak attack on that because you're hit.
Oh. And... crap. Oh.
Oh. That was a bad sound. Switch, you have the rest of your turn. What else was Freddie doing? I believe you just used a bonus action and movement.
Yeah, that's all I did. My movement was to move up 30.
Uh-huh.
Do I also get into the room?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
You guys are all just bunched right at the front of the room, right at the corner of the room, because Korr is like smushed in there because he's squeezing still.
Yeah. Ooh. I'll take the dodge action and turn.
Well, I was gonna say after this, I'm gonna actually roll initiative.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right,
Dodge
let's
action
roll
and
initiative.
turn.
The Queen.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, not a good sign for the spade for you guys. And the Jack. Oh, no,
Korr's not a
Jack.
bad boy.
All right. Hey, that's good. You guys rolled pretty dang well.
Except me. Korr's
I rolled the
Oh yeah, would you like me to roll for you, Switch? You still
yes,
having
please.
that all of those PC issues?
D20 plus 3 because I add my jack of all trades.
I see +4 on this
Wait, is it?
you're Jack, but
Yeah,
that guy was
because it's
Jack.
half proficiency bonus.
Okay.
All right, you got a 20. There's a lot of 20s. Also, props to you for just knowing all of your moves.
Yeah.
All right. So, initiative order. First, we have Sotaria. It's your move again. What would you like to do?
How well lit is this room?
It's bright light. There's a huge crystal chandelier about 30 feet or 40 feet up.
Ooh. Is that where all the source of the light's coming from?
Yeah, that's where all of the light's coming from, it looks like.
I mean, hey guys, how many of you have, I don't see
Dark
why not.
vision, I think literally everyone but Korr has dark vision.
If my eyes are putting really hard, I can see in the dark.
Oh dear. I was about to break that chandelier, but I'm thinking against it. In that case, I'm just going to stay. I'm gonna move inside the room, but stay along the back wall, and I'm shooting her again.
Okay. So you're gonna move along the back wall to just to spread out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You will absolutely hit her with a 26. What level is? Oh, right. So Tari's a rogue. Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Would you, you know,
And do
Sotaria, because you started right by the entrance. If you wanted, you could have just ducked behind there with your bonus action to hide, and maybe have advantage of the attack if you wanted.
Nah, I'll be fine.
Okay. You will clip her for 7 points of damage. She screams out in anger again and looks toward you hungrily.
Oh, that's a very ugly face, sweetie.
Oh yeah,
sweetie.
no, she's a wretched creature.
Oh, sweetie, you really need to do something about that face.
Mm-hmm. I kind of imagine like the Witch of the Wastes from what's it called? From Howl's Moving Castle. Except she's also part huge chair.
Good case, by the way.
Hold on. Can I just take it back up for a moment? She's part chair.
Yes, she seems to be affixed to her gigantic, eloquent, like
Korr now has
couch.
another reason to want to kill her. If you remember the one time he got smited by the goddess of chairs.
He does hate chairs.
Oh dear.
Korr, you are invigorated by your hatred of Sit, lesser god of chairs and light relaxation.
I'd also like to bring us back to when he survived it.
Freddie, it's your move. Freddie, you're currently muted.
No one's taken damage, right?
No one else has gone yet. I mean, you rolled really good on your initiative. You got a 20.
Yeah. That's bad as a healer, but I mean, okay, well. So it's just her, right? Like, there's no one else in this room.
No, there is another person in the room. There is a dude wearing like a fine black, like an extremely highbrow black noble suit.
Okay.
And he has a big saber.
He can just chill, I guess, you know, hold person.
Ah, you're gonna cast Hold Person upon him. What is the DC he needs to make? And it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. DC 8 plus my proficiency of 2 is 10 plus my charisma is 4. So 14.
All right. And the wisdom save, and he gets a 6. He freezes in place. He's about 30 feet back from where you are currently. Is there anything else you'd like to do? It seems to take perfect effect on him, despite the fact that you know that he was a card, probably.
No, that's it. End turn.
All right. That is, that. Daakar, it's your move.
Do I see? Is he also 30 feet away from me?
Yeah, you guys are all right at the bunched up at the entrance. He was with the queen. Yeah.
Oh boy, free pinata.
You run up to him and just stab him.
Yeah, I
You'd have
will.
to run right up to the queen, though. He's right next to her.
That's a risk I'm willing to take if I
She's a
have
huge
my.
creature, by the way.
She's bigger than me.
Well, she's not taller than you, but she's like sprawls because she's part.
Wider.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Daakar. I keep talking over you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. But yes, I will. Hexblade's curse this individual. This spade. Silly him
His friends
thinking
call him
spades are
Ace.
cool. Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And then I will booming blade him. Even though I know that the booming blade's a little bit pointless, but it's either that or green flame, and
Oh, he's got an adjacent target if you want to use green flame.
yeah, that is a good point, actually.
It's up to you. All right, you run forward. You have advantage because he is, well, it doesn't matter. You critically hit him because he's paralyzed from the Hold Person.
Oh, by the way, I'm also going to Eldritch Smite him.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Okay, I see where this is going. Uh-oh. So you run forward and you stab him. And as you stab him, this kind of green eldritch fire runs down your blade and then flares with, what color is your fire? Is it like I almost imagine like an electric blue. Is that correct, Daakar, or is it more like a red?
That is pretty accurate. Yeah, it's a It's an electric blue, but it fades into a smoky blackness at the end.
Excellent. And yeah, it
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That 4 shouldn't apply.
all right. So how much damage total is it?
Well, that's 7 to the queen, and I'm gonna smite, and then we'll see how much damage to the other guy.
All right.
And the smite damage is doubled too.
Everything's doubled. You critically smite him for an outrageous amount of damage. Keep in mind, though, your charisma bonus is only applied once. It's only dice that are doubled.
All right.
Oh, spade.
So that is a lot of damage. Give me a moment.
All right, Daakar, while you get that math figured out, maybe we move to actually be his turn after, so let's see what happens.
Good idea.
No, I want to see what happens. Is he alive for his turn?
That should be accurate.
Okay. He's alive, but grievously injured. Your blade goes right up within his ribs, and he's but he can't move. And you see crimson blood flowing over his otherwise perfect black suit. So what does he roll? Does he roll at the end of his turn, Freddie, for this hold person?
I'm not sure.
I have hold person as well.
Okay. Does he
I'll
roll the
just
save at the end?
I'll post it so you can see it.
Okay, because it's his turn now. Yes, at the end of each of its turns, it can make another wisdom save. So what's your DC again? 14, Freddie?
Yep.
He gets a 15. He is no longer paralyzed. He clutches at his now grievous injury and looks at you both wide-eyed and horrified, Daakar. That's his turn. Korr, it's your move.
I'm going to, Korr is going to run forward, and Korr is going to stab at the queen. He's going to attack twice, and then action surge, and then attack 2 more times.
Oh, excellent. Go ahead and take your swing at the queen.
He's gonna stab 4 times.
Oh, I forgot.
Wow, I'm not going
in
down.
order. It's a good thing it's only been 1 round. What do you get? Queen. Alrighty, you're swinging at the queen? Oh man, not a lot of great rolls. You only hit with the last roll, Korr.
That's pretty bad, honestly.
Yeah, her AC is 15, unfortunately.
That's still a lot of damage.
That's still pretty good. 13 points is nothing to...
Imagine if all...
Yeah, right? You swing your birdsong many times, which birdsong's a normal-sized rapier, and you're a giant. So, how do you hold the sword? With 3 fingers? Is it yeah? Yeah, how does Korr hold birdsong? Or is it one of those things where it magically resizes? It's a magic weapon and does magic stuff. Korr? Oh, I guess we're having some challenges. Well, Korr swings his birdsong 4 times, only connecting once with the queen. And now it's the queen's turn. The queen looks toward Daakar and toward Korr, and is going to make a claw attack at each of you. So this is going to be at Daakar first. Duh.
Oh.
Oh man. All right, Daakar. The queen hits you really hard, and that's not all the damage.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the regular damage. There's another 2d6 slashing and 4d6 necrotic because she critically hits.
I am down.
Yikes. one slash with her vicious fingernails rake up your side and take you out. Jeez.
Is that
And then-
including the 5 temporary hit points that you just got, Korr?
That was
That's 4.
And yes, that
Oh.
was a
Or I've been able to survive that.
well, Korr, here's one coming at you. Is it 24 to hit?
24 definitely hit.
All right. 30 total points of damage as she rakes across your face with her other claw.
Oh, fun. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Are you
I'm
still
hurt.
up?
Oh, definitely, but I'm hurt.
Jack runs forward and goes, "Die, Queen!" And is going to wait. What the? Jack, what's up with you? Why do you have? All right.
That's
he
right.
will,
Just under half health.
he will swing forward with his rapier. Kshing!
Yes.
For 15 points of piercing damage. That's all he does. That's the end of Jack's turn. We are at the top of the initiative with Sotaria. What would you like to do? The queen just named a pair of your friends.
I'm not anywhere near them, so I'm
Yeah.
not. I'll leave that to.
To Freddie.
I'll leave that to Freddie. I'm going to move a little closer up, but I
Uh-huh.
want to try and
Well,
the
just so
hide
you're
behind something.
about 30 feet from her now.
Okay,
You could
in that
go and
case,
hide behind like one of the big marble columns which holds up the ceiling
okay,
here.
I'm gonna hide behind one of the big marble columns because I don't want to get any closer, because then my
Okay.
bow would be useless. And so we're going to
All right, you'll hit her.
okay, and I add that, and I add that.
Alrighty. You'll duck behind, fire at her. 22 points of damage. She screams out again in agony. Now, actually bloodied, just barely. As she's kind of bleeding this, well, she's bleeding red blood, it looks like, but she's in a lot of pain, screaming out. It's my beautiful face! Would you like to
I wouldn't
do
call
anything
that
else?
beauty, sweetie. No, I'm staying hidden.
Okay, you're just gonna keep behind the pillar. You're
Yep.
still only about 30 feet away from them because it's not the hugest chamber here, but at least you've got a solid wall thing behind that you can hide. All right, Freddie, it's your move.
I'm
What do you
gonna
wanna-
bonus action healing word
Oh, okay.
on my boy who just got one shot.
Uh-huh. Critical hits and good rolls. All right. The healing word rings out. Oh, it looks like you rolled it. 5 hit points to Daakar.
Yeah, and then I'm going to vicious mockery the queen. I'm going to say, "Your beautiful face," ha, as if.
Oh, savage. What, does she have to roll wisdom?
Yeah.
She goes, "Ah!" because she knows it's true. And you hit her for 2 points of psychic damage.
And she has disadvantage on her next attack.
That is going to be a huge deal. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Freddie? You're still at the opening chamber. Opening of the chamber.
I'm gonna Mr. Krabs my way out of that chamber into
You're
the.
just going to duck back into the hallway. All right. Daakar, your move. You're on the ground, but you're alive. You can see Spade is looking angrily down at you, clutching at his injuries. And he looks grievously injured. And the queen is looking hungrily at you, but she seems a little disappointed that you're conscious.
Oh no. I don't want to be squashed again.
Get
outta here.
me, little one.
Ooh, casting Blink. Is there anything else you'd like to do as a bonus action, Daakar?
Not that I can think of.
Alrighty, roll that fateful D10. An 11. Does that mean you disappear?
Yes, it does.
Oh, you whoop, disappear at the end of your turn.
I did
we-
stand up, of course, but I didn't do any health movement.
Spade looks down, like angry that you have disappeared, and looks toward you, Korr, and says, "No, actually, yeah." Looks toward you, Korr, and says, "Now you will die." And he is going to swing his saber at you and use Ace
No.
Wild. Korr, what's
I
your
don't
armor
think I would.
class?
18.
Oh, okay, this is a really low. Okay, oh my God, what? He rolls a 33 to hit. You take 6
Okay.
piercing damage,
Okay.
and I need you to roll a DC 5 Constitution saving throw.
That's. I have to crit fail.
So you can't fail it. So you take 10 poison damage.
I was gonna. Wow,
You
I
still
crit
succeed.
fail.
You're fine. No, you still got above the 5. So you only take 10
Okay.
poison damage.
That would have brought me
Alright.
down to 1 hit point if I had failed that.
All right, that's his turn. And then he is going to look to the queen. Actually, and then it's actually your turn.
Okay. Korr's hurting. Korr's gonna try and stab.
Yeah, there was something bizarre about that blade as it hit you. It just didn't feel right.
I mean, Korr, smart thing would probably be to finish off 8. But
Depends.
the core thing to do would be to keep stabbing the chair.
Okay. Have at the chair, my friend. All right, those will both hit. 4, 6.
Deb. Dead.
Alrighty.
That's not the crit.
So
21.
yeah, you ching stab forward with your rapier, your bird song, and she screams. She's pretty badly injured, actually. And now it's her turn, and she looks toward you, Korr, and says no, and swings one claw at with disadvantage. Rolling a 17.
That just barely misses.
Ooh. And then she's gonna swing a second claw at you, now without disadvantage. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Critically hits again. Oh no!
Okay. Now I'm going to tell Korr is unconscious, but
Well, just a second.
the zombie.
Korr takes a total of 55 damage from that critical hit.
Does not kill him. But
Oh! Right of the
Okay.
zombie!
I
Your
was gonna say,
stupid
the zombie.
Halloween costume! I'm sorry, your incredible Halloween costume.
the best
what-
Halloween costume, especially for Korr.
What
I need
happens
to
as this
roll.
queen swings her fingernailed claw down to smite you? Korr, how do you stand? What happens?
What happens is I need to roll a Constitution check. That
Uh-huh.
the DC is 5 plus damage dealt. But
Oh,
so I need a
no.
critical.
Oh no,
I need-
Korr.
Critical here. There is a 5% chance that I'm still up.
Oh no.
Let's see what I can do.
I thought it just made you live. Oh dear.
Unfortunately not, and no.
Oh.
I'm unconscious, but not dead.
Korr is smoked by the queen. Daakar, you see this from the ethereal plane, and oh my god, it's scary.
That is extremely horrifying.
Jack goes, ha ha, and swings his rapier. Oh my goodness, and hits her. All right. That is
That's
the
still a
end
death.
of his turn. Yeah, Jack's rolling like really well.
Jack does more damage on his rapier than I do with my rapier. I want his rapier. Actually, no, I want mine. Birdsong.
You trust me, you don't want to be Jack. Jack hasn't gotten attacked yet, but it's not going to be good when he does. All right. Sotaria, it's your move.
Since they got Jack handled, I'm going to come on. Where's my? Oh, there it is. Longbow
You-
again.
Yeah, as you duck around the corner, you can see. First of all, can you roll me a stealth check?
Sure.
Because you were hiding. Remember, you mentioned that last turn. Yep. All right. So you have advantage on the attack. It's a critical strike. So go ahead. And is that against the queen or against spade?
Queen.
Okay.
Queen. I figured they got the spade guy all handled over there. So.
Gotcha. So can you go ahead and roll me both your damage rolls twice? So that includes a sneak attack. Oh, actually, it looks like the regular attack roll already had the extra damage on there.
Okay, so wait. So I guess you do roll the sneak attack again?
Yeah.
Okay, what up?
Ooh, 38 points of damage. Oh boy, how much else is she?
Oh, she's gonna be really angry with me. Oh well.
She is grievously injured. She is on her last legs. You duck up from behind and you shoot her, and it like sticks through the side of her like cheek and like comes out the other cheek and just she's just screaming and flailing angrily. Yeah, she's on the brink of death. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Sotaria?
Nah, I'm staying where I'm at.
All right, Freddie, your move.
I unmute myself.
All right, Freddie unmutes himself. He takes out his Walkman.
I run up to the queen.
Oh, wait, oh, you can't. You ducked out of the room. You're a little further than 30 feet.
Oh, well then.
Actually, I guess you could have ducked around the corner and still been basically 30 feet. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. I attack with a short sword that appears in my main hand.
Unfortunately, the 8 does not connect.
Ah, but you see, what was in my other hand was another short sword.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Send.
16 will hit! You hit her, Freddie!
Okay.
It's just the D6 though, because it's your offense. 1.
Nice.
She is looking even worse than she was a second ago. Anything else you'd like to do, Freddie?
I am my turn.
Okay, Dakar, it's your turn. I respect the kill skill, Freddie. It was a valiant effort.
I just remembered something, and it doesn't really matter too much now, but when I crit smite Mr. Spade, I had just Hexblade's cursed him, but I never applied the Hexblade's curse damage.
Well, next time.
Next time, this time.
That's very far away.
I'm going to appear like 10 feet away from him and the queen.
Okay. Behind them? Or in front of them? You want on the same side as Freddie or the opposite?
I think the queen is too large for me to appear behind her, isn't she?
Yeah. Actually.
But I could appear to like to the side?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll be over there.
Okay.
And I will... So, you said you respected the kill steal, right?
Sure.
Sotaria might not.
We have, I have allies next to the queen.
Yeah?
It's time for Eldritch Chains at advantage.
Okay.
You guys suck.
It's okay though,
Well,
I'll probably not.
Hit with the second one. It's actually very important. Uh-oh, okay.
Just warming her up for you.
Is that it? Just 4 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? Is that against her or Spade? You said her, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm targeting the queen.
All right.
I don't know if I'm just checking my spells real quick to see if I have any bonus action spells other than Hex. Oh, well, that's all then.
All right.
That's all, folks.
Spade is going to turn around and murder you, Daakar. Or he's going to try to. What's your armor class?
18.
His crazy sword strikes you. A 14 to hit. Oh, I'm sorry, 35 to hit. He gets you for 14 piercing damage.
I'm down again.
Okay. He knocks you down. Oh dear, this is very bad. Korr, you roll me a death saving throw. Oh no. This is going to be very bad if you do not succeed here.
Wish me all of the luck, because death. Here we go. Mouse, can you please work? There we go. Taking a second to show up for some reason. Oh no.
Okay. The queen goes.
That's a fit.
The queen is going to grab Korr and pull him up onto the chair, and her rib cage opens up around him and grabs onto him and pulls him in. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
You fail a death saving throw.
I fail a death saving.
And you are currently in there. Not a good place to be.
Oh no, I can't fail one more. If I do, I die.
And she will take a bonus action to attack Jack. All right, Jack is dead. Jack is shredded and falls as a heap of cards upon the ground. Or a shredded card. Oh dear. Oh, Daakar, can you roll me a d10, by the way? Or d20, rather.
Yeah.
Dakar's body disappears. Sotaria, it's your move.
Okay.
Because I believe you're still under the effects of the blink spell, Daakar.
It is not a concentration spell, so yeah.
I come off from behind the pillar.
Okay.
Aim for her again.
Okay. Can you roll me a stealth check for your hiding?
And
all right. Yes. All right. You do see. You are hidden.
question is, do I hit her?
You do. With a 16, you do hit her.
Okay, so 10 and...
All right, thank God. Sotaria, in what way do you kill this queen?
Thank
right
you.
Before she imprisons poor Korr's soul and regains a heap of hit points, you shoot her and...
I'm aiming straight for the middle of her eyes. It's at that nice little T-spot.
Excellent. You pull back your bow and you duck around the corner and you fire. The arrow flies toward her and hits her right betwixt the eyes. She hardly has time to scream before the legs of the chair that she's standing upon flop out to the side, and she collapses in a heap, just upon the ground. Her Korr just kind of still like dying, no longer at least restrained by her.
Help
me. And we move to Freddie. What would you like to do?
Gonna use a bonus action to healing word Korr.
All right, Korr, you're alive. It's horrifying.
Korr sits bolt upright. Where is she? Where is she? He sees himself inside of the mouth of a dead chairwoman. Good.
And then Freddie is going to hold action, feed a potion to other ally who is dead as soon as they reappear.
Do you have a spell slot?
What? No, I'm using healing potions, my dude.
Oh, I was saying you could just use a spell slot if you want. I'm fine with that.
I don't have an action heal. I only have bonus action heals.
Oh, action economy. I gotcha. Yeah. Excellent. And Daakar, you reappear and you immediately, as you start to die, feel the cool warmth of coffee-flavored potion pouring into your gullet.
Oh no, this one is regret.
Oh.
If you remember, I asked for different flavors.
Did
Mm.
anyone deal with the spade guy?
Oh, he's dead. He dies when she dies.
Oh, then
Yeah, he collapses. His card isn't torn up.
my Hexbait's curse goes off then, because if he's dead, then I heal for that too.
Oh shit! So you don't even have to use. Well, because he's not
I
actually
still
dead
have an
though.
action.
He's a card.
Does it
Yeah,
count?
no, he's not dead. He's a card.
Okay, then I do need the potion. Thank you.
Yeah. But as you stand in this grand chamber, the spade falling to the ground, a horribly injured man in the face of this card, the ace of spades. The entire area around you shakes, like the building shakes and rattles, and all of a sudden begins to fall apart. You see huge, first the chandelier falling, then large chunks of marble and stone, but before it comes down upon you, it just falls away into little playing cards. And in a matter of moments, you find yourselves now amidst just piles of discarded cards in a dull and empty chamber with a large marble cat scratching post house behind you, where you had originally been where the black cat had escaped from.
Korr says, well, I'm glad that's over. Now I can just pet my kitty cat. He's gonna reach into his bag for the tip.
All you find is a playing card with a picture of a very sad looking man on it.
Korr takes it out and looks around. He picks it up and looks underneath the card. Are you hiding under this card?
The backs of the cards have pictures of cats on them.
Oh, there you are, okay.
We have to go after him quickly, and with the quickly, everyone gets 5 temporary hit points and can move 30 feet.
Well, as you get your wits about yourself and realize you've been trapped in this strange illusory card deck of cards, you make your way back out of the chamber and are greeted by the curator, who thanks you for flushing out the black cat and tells you that another group of adventurers are already hot on their tail. And so you are rewarded for completing your adventure, flushing out the black cat. You each gain your requisite Bartholomew bucks and experience points, and have completed this leg of this silly adventure. Thank you all for playing.
Jeremy, I think you were forgetting one thing. Korr gained his Bartholomew bucks, his experience point, and a kitty cat.
And a card that depicts the kitty cat.
And a kitty cat.
And you completed the adventure. Thank you all. Would any of you like to shop this evening?
I'm saving up for Bartholomew's choice.
Oh, Sotaria, the things that you pilfered did not turn back into cards.
I was just about to ask that. Yay.
No, they are still legit.
Okay, in that case, I want a bag pull.
All right. So we head to the shop. As you head to the shop, you notice that Bartholomew is not there. Instead, there's just Roger, the intern, and Roger goes, "Oh, hey everyone, welcome back. How was your adventure? Oh, I'm sorry. If you need a magic item you know where to shop, just head on down. It's your only choice to Bartholomew shop. Do 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 do."
Hey, Roger, we need to talk about magic things in my nice little fortress.
Sure, I love when people hang out with.
So,
But for now, well, we can talk about that other places and other times. For now, what can I help you with?
I want a bag pull.
All right. And he goes over behind the counter. Can I help anyone else with a bag pull too while I'm at it? No? All right. And this little gnomish, this intern, Roger, goes behind the counter and grabs Bartholomew's a large burlap sack, the big bag, and shakes it up and holds it out to you. All right, well, good luck, Sotaria. And can you please roll me 1d1000 to see what wonder you can pull from the bag?
How's that roll thing work again?
All you do is you type /R space 1D1000. No commas or anything. Otherwise, it'll be all silly.
And we get
$5.99, not too shabby. So,
damn it. Oh well.
hey, you can't always pull legendary items out of the bag. Sometimes you gotta pull
I
normal
got
good
it.
items.
No, me and someone else sort of have talked about that 1,000 slot, and I really want to. I really want to. I really want to know if we're right.
I mean, understandable. Ooh. Wow, that's a pretty good item. As you reach into the bag, your hand first lands upon a long, slender blade. No, that's probably a rapier. I mean, that might not be too bad. You go to pull it out, but it slips from your grasp. Ow. You reach again, and ooh, this might work, but the handle's a little long, and there's tentacles at the end of it. You let go of that.
Yeah.
And feeling the bag beginning to close around her hand, you quickly grab another weapon from this interdimensional space and pull out. Well, you don't see what you pull out, because as you pull it out, all of the light in Bartholomew's shop goes out. And for an instant,
Ooh.
you're plunged into blackness. And then, well, it's back. The light reforms, and Roger's, oh, that was weird. And you look at your dagger, the dagger you have pulled, and it gleams ever so slightly with the light it has stolen. And Roger says, oh, that's a really interesting one. That's called Gleam. It's a little dagger. This small gleaming dagger shines brightly even in the slightest amount of light. Once per day, as an action, when you hit an enemy with this weapon, you may expend the dagger's magic to cause it to concentrate all light within 100 feet of it into pure radiant energy, dealing an additional 48 radiant damage on the attack. Additionally, the target must succeed on a DC 14 Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the end of their next turn by the sudden flare of light. So it is a pretty powerful, just alpha strike damage weapon. Does a bunch of extra damage, and you can remove light in an area, which can be pretty useful at times.
Oh, yeah. Sotaria is literally like ripping her hands together, all greedily thinking about all the other evil things she can do with that. Yeah. Thank you very much, Roger. I'll be back later for that drink and to talk about that fortress.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be at the tavern. I mean, I'm there most of the time. No one ever comes and says hi to me.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be there. We be there to talk about that fortress.
All right. Wow, that was a pretty good one. Would anyone else like anything from the shop?
I'm saving up for that Bartholomew's choice there.
Fair enough.
I've been sending my wages to Hiyori's big poster guy thing that makes weapons and stuff. I don't know too much about him, but it's for Hiyori's sake, you know.
I understand, Daakar. And Freddie, would you like anything? I guess not. I guess Freddie's having that computer virus. I'm sorry, the PC issues going around. Hopefully he's gonna be feeling better soon. But yeah, thank you all for playing with us this evening. We'll be right back when we prepare for game 3. Don't go anywhere.